Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be trying something a bit new where I'm going to bring you some Modern Warfare footage and try to commentate my gameplay. So I decided to do a game of solos, and I've heard a lot of people stress quite a bit when doing solos. Unfortunately, I don't have that many people to play with. So most of the time in Modern Warfare I end up doing solos. So I tried dropping to this little nameless place by military base. I personally enjoy dropping there. It's quite fun. Usually has enough money for a quick loadout. Sometimes has a buy station, and if the buy station isn't there, it's not a far run to get to one. So I see this guy that's dropping next to me, and I actually try to be a bit cheeky and peg him. Didn't work out so well, and I kind of underestimate the pistol's range. So I run quickly into this building and hear footsteps behind me. Just in time, I pick up the Uzi to get a quick kill on this guy. Here I pick up a heartbeat sensor. Very, very lucky. Early game, no one has Ghost. You need your first loadout to get Ghost if you choose to go that route, so having an early heartbeat sensor definitely helps. I saw this person in this house and decided to push him. Did you guys see that? He completely teleported to the side. Thankfully, I knew he was there and was able to react quicker than he was. But it's weird how he was just camping that doorway and then teleported immediately to the right or left. Very, very weird there. I guess he was lagging. I was able to scavenge enough money to buy myself a loadout drop, and decided to summon it on top of this building just because it was safer, and it would provide me with a nice overlook of everyone around me if anyone decided to push this little complex. For this game, I opted to go with the M4 and HGR loadout, which, as many of you may know, is really, really good at the moment. I don't know, I just felt like changing it up a bit from my usual preferred loadout, which is the Grau and Fennec.
Loadout drop headed your way.
Now, fortunately for me, shortly thereafter, a natural loadout dropped, and I decided to push it to get my Ghost. It's always great when you can get a very, very early game Ghost. Gives you a huge advantage, especially in solos, since it'll essentially hide you from any UAVs or heartbeats. So, I got to the drops and saw that there was another box, and heard the red smoke, so that means someone summoned a loadout themselves and figured, okay, so someone is definitely here with me. And they popped up on the heartbeat there, and I was able to get a quick, clean kill. Just doing my due diligence here, making sure no one else is around before I actually grab my Ghost loadout. With the circle being quite a ways ahead, I decided to grab a nearby vehicle and just drive my way there. Yeah, so I parked that vehicle exactly as intended and decided to start chasing that Jeep that was driving away in the distance, maybe see if I could get an angle before I got shot at. Since he actually shot at me, I decided to replay it and try to attack him from a different angle. And that's when I'll hear them fighting, like two people fighting against each other, and that was my opportunity to get a quick kill on the guy that shot at me. Just making sure, making my due diligence, taking my time, making sure no one is there, because he was shooting at someone, so that person is obviously still there since I didn't kill him. I didn't see anyone and figured I would try to bait this ATV that was coming into the buy station. Turns out he wasn't actually coming to buy anything, and I decided to try to chase him a little bit, and I'm gonna get a little surprise behind me here. So I quickly repositioned, put myself between some hard cover and the shooter using the red indicators. That's the best way to know where you're getting shot at. Just put yourself behind a tree, they can't really shoot you. I know whereabouts I was getting shot at, so I tried to give him a wide berth and try to once again go at him from a different angle. And I was able to find him and kill him rather quickly. Never underestimate flanking someone and going really a wider angle that you would assume. Just attacking someone that knows where you are from a completely different angle is enough to give you the advantage and give you a quick kill. I used the UAV here and saw that two people actually were right close to me, but I decided to deal with that person right ahead of me first. I wasn't sure if he knew where I was or not and whiffed some of my shots, but that's okay. I decide to push, figuring
Be
that
advised,
he wouldn't
UAV is bingo fuel.
push me.
Resupply.
And there it goes. Just another quick kill, just off being aggressive. This M4 absolutely shreds. It's really, really good. If you haven't tried playing with it, I highly recommend it. Here, I actually heard someone coughing in the smoke and tried to find them, but in hindsight, they were at a different angle and I just didn't check the proper angle. I was being tracked at this point in the game as I was walking towards the circle and didn't know where it was coming from as the threat became red. So I decided to hole up in a defensible position where I can control the variables and maybe have the best chance at fighting off an unknown attacker, especially if I can hear him first. But he was being sloppy. I saw him in the heartbeat sensor, and I'm going to decide to push him and be a tad aggressive. I waited until he was out in the open. I didn't shoot at him immediately because there was still a chance he could take cover under that little brick wall, and I decided to give myself the best chance at getting a kill, and a little patience can go a long way. Unfortunately, this entire game I spent running after the circle. The circle was never kind to me, and I essentially played catch-up the entire time. I was able to get a relatively late UAV, which gave me an advantage in farmland, which, as you probably know, has a lot of peeking angles and is usually just very, very, very difficult to check. There's a good chance you die randomly at this point. So the UAV was really helpful. My recording software froze up there. I'm not exactly sure why, and I do apologize for that. It was an extremely close fight. I'm not exactly sure what gun he was using, but in the end I won. Again, the M4 absolutely shreds.
Final deployment is loading up. Finish the fight. Gas is
So
inbound.
I was forced to
Marking new
duck
safe
into
zone.
this house for cover after being shot at from the hill, and I got lucky that no one was already camping it, which is why you see me checking very quickly the upstairs. I then try to get an angle on my shooter, but whiffed my shot. It took me just a little too long to actually align my crosshairs to his head. At the same time, I heard that someone was dropping in the area near me. He showed up on heartbeat, and from there I tried to play it slowly. But since that person decided not to push me, I kind of grew impatient and decided to get a better position. With the circle imminently closing, I decided to go ahead, as you'll see, and just try to get an advantage over the guy that clearly wasn't moving. And I do this by crouching and being as quiet as I possibly can, just to not alert him to my intentions.
Gas is moving.
Another quick kill. Unfortunately, I still have quite a bit of running to do. That's the story of this entire game. I was playing catch up with the circle. It has its advantages and disadvantages. Obviously, I have to keep running, I have to keep moving, but I know that my back is safe. And while I do have a lot of money, there are no available buy stations for me to get another UAV or something. Now, here I spot this guy running. It's the same guy I missed earlier. And with my shot again, and it'll teach me an invaluable lesson. So, unfortunately, I wasn't able to give you guys a win on my first game, but that's okay. I still wanted to upload this video just because there are still things to be learned. I know a lot of people are struggling right now with solos and are quite anxious and stressed when they play it. Honestly, I'm relatively new to Modern Warfare. I haven't really been playing it much, especially since I concentrate mostly on Apex. They're two completely different games, but I'd like to bring you guys more Modern Warfare content. So, what went wrong there is essentially that I tried to shoot that same person I missed earlier way too early. He had no idea I was behind him. I should have played it slower, taken my time, been more patient. It's absolutely crucial in especially in those end circles. But I tried to be too aggressive, and it unfortunately backfired. It put me in a really bad position. He ended up dying for it as well. It just shows that people sometimes get too bloodthirsty, and it can cost you the game. I feel I was in a pretty good position to win. Who knows what would have happened? But all in all, I still wanted to publish the video. I still wanted to bring it to you guys and show it to you guys to try to get some criticism. And I figure that it's a good learning experience for those who are maybe too afraid to get into solos or play solos more often. As always, I'd just like to thank you guys for watching. If you liked what you saw, please consider giving it a thumbs up and maybe subscribing. It helps more than you can possibly know. Leave anything you have to say or any comments down below. I do read all of them. Just thank you guys and see you next time.